welcome to another RSR. Tonight we're reviewing Sporting Kansas City 0, San Jose Earthquakes 0, 4-2 on penalties in the MLS Cup Playoffs 2023 Western Wildcard game. Wow. Kansas City, first half, 0-0. That was their half. They dominated in the first half. They pushed the ball forward. They had a lot of chances, a lot of shots. They should have been up 2-3-0 by the end of that first half. Somehow they weren't. Somehow they didn't even score a goal in that first half. And they were dominant. They were dominant. They should have won this game by halftime. The fact that they didn't is a bit crazy. I'm not going to lie. Then the second half, still 0-0 by the end of it, of course. But San Jose start building into the game. They start building into the game. They start getting some possession. They start having some good chances. Kansas City starts to get back into the game at the end of it, trying to get that late goal to pop them through. But in the end, it's 0-0. 95 minutes played, 0-0. They go to penalties. Kansas City couldn't find that late goal. I have to say, Daniel and the Earthquakes made some really good saves to make sure that didn't happen. Kansas City goes to penalties. And Tim Melia, of course, does his thing. But in penalties, we have Johnny Russell coming up first for Sporting Kansas City. Bangs it in past Daniel to make it 1-0. Christian Espinoza gets saved by Tim Melia. It's still 1-0. Alan Pulido just shoots it down the middle, gets a foot save on Daniel, and it is still 1-1. But Jackson Ewell skies it over the bar to keep it 1-0. Then Eric Tommy scores his penalty, pops it in there, makes it 2-1. Jack Skahan hits it off the hand of Tim Melia. Tim Melia almost makes a save once again, but Jack Skahan finally scores the first penalty for San Jose against Tim Melia over the past two playoff matches they've played against each other. It is 2-1. Gadi Kinda scores his penalty. Carlos Acapo keeps San Jose alive. Of course, Gadi Kinda made it 3-1. But Carlos Acapo keeps San Jose alive, at least for one more shooter. For Kansas City, it's 3-2. And then Daniel Shallowy sends it the opposite way of Daniel, the goalkeeper. It is 4-2, and that's the way it would end. Kansas City gets it done. Tim Melia pretty much stonewalls San Jose again. Not as much as he did in 2020, but seemed for a while they were stuck. He was stuck in their head, and they were afraid. Of course, the players that didn't play there in 2020 scored their penalties. The players that played there in 2020 missed. So, because Espinoza's been there since 2019. Yeah, so, there's your answer. There's your answer. Full-time stats. So, 0-0 after penalties. 4-2 on penalties. Kansas City moves on to play St. Louis as the Western Wild Card winner. Of course, Red Bulls went through as the Eastern Wild Card winner, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Full-time stats, 18 shots to 5, 4 shots on goal to 0, 59% possession to 41% possession, 587 passes to 413, 90% pass accuracy to 85%, 3 fouls, 12, 0 offside to 1, 1 yellow card to 3, 0 red cards to 0, 8 corners to 4. Listen. Kansas City, they did not, I wouldn't say they didn't play well, but they didn't get the win they deserved. But in the end, San Jose did just enough to get themselves to penalties. I thought they defended well. I thought Daniel played well goalkeeping-wise. I thought personally that Kansas City should have won this by halftime. The fact this got to penalties is an absolute farce for Kansas City. It's a farce. Because they should have won this game outright the way they played in the first half. The fact they couldn't score any goals in the first half, yeah, there were some really big saves by Daniel there and big defensive plays as well. Rodriguez made a great clearance, but I think that was the start of the second half. But still, that little run where Kansas City was dominating this game, they should have scored 2 or 3 goals and put this away by then. The fact that they didn't is just shambolic. The fact they had to go to penalties to win this, on them, it's shambolic. For San Jose, it's amazing. For San Jose, it's damn. We did that. We got this. Problem is, when you look at it from a Kansas City point of view, it's like, damn, we should have put them away 30 minutes ago. We should have put them away 45 minutes ago, an hour ago. They didn't, though. Johnny Russell played well. I don't know why it didn't happen. Because even if Daniel made some good saves, he still didn't make them all. They popped him over the bar. It wasn't a defensive masterclass from San Jose. They played well, but it wasn't a masterclass. So my question being is this. Like, if Johnny Russell was playing pretty well, if Daniel Shalhoub was playing pretty well, if Pulido was playing pretty well, which they were, I thought they played pretty well. I think they were a bit unlucky, so to speak. Why is this game a penalty win, a draw? It makes no sense to me that it went this far. That 90 minutes, 95 minutes, it went 0-0 right at halftime. So yeah, 95 minutes, straight to pens, because in the wild card, it's straight to pens, and also in the first round. It only adds extra time in the conference semis, which is weird anyway, but I didn't even think it would go straight to penalties in the wild card. I think the article said it actually had extra time, so that was wrong. But I'm not surprised, to be completely honest. To be completely honest, I'm not surprised. But with that being said, I look at it like this. The way that Kansas City played, they should have won this outright. Like, that's the big thing about this game. Like, that's what I'm going to lean on. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to lean on that. Because to me, this game should have been over before it even started. Why did Kansas City? They couldn't score. They couldn't score. And I believe that in the situation, Kansas City just fell to cracks. Fell to cracks. To me, I mean, hey, at least Vermees made 2 early subs. He only made 2, but he didn't make 2 early, but he made an early sub and then made another. Hey, that's more than he normally makes. So I guess he hasn't really learned anything, even though he played a 21-year-old outside back. And he's actually made some changes, but turns out maybe he has still ran those players into the ground. I guess he has. I thought he didn't. I thought he may have learned, but maybe with his subs, that's the hint that he didn't. I mean, tactically, the tactics were perfect. The performance was good. I thought Kansas City was the better team. Here's the problem, though. They still couldn't put it away in regular time, which they should have. What can you do? Man of the match for me, I'm going to say Tim Melia. Saves 2 penalties, almost stonewalls them again. Almost gives him PTSD again. I mean, hell, he did it again. 5-0 in penalty shootouts. Good for Tim Melia. With that being said, for me, San Jose, if they build on this, they'll be better next year. If they could build on this season and this performance, they will be better next year. Luchi Gonzalez has got something good going on down there. I really think so. And they did start off pretty hot, but they did taper off throughout the season. But if they could build on this and get more consistent, they're going to be a team to beat in the West. So, San Jose, don't be too distraught. This ain't like 2020 where you got pretty lucky to get in. No. Y'all deserve to be here, I think, and you should be better off next season as long as your front office doesn't do anything stupid. But I don't think they will, so I would hope not. But, again, y'all should be fine. Kansas City, on the other hand, if I were you, enjoy the rivalry tie against St. Louis series, because I don't think you're going to win. I think you're going to get swept. The way you played, St. Louis will make you pay. San Jose didn't. So, yeah, enjoy the sweep. But, hey, at least you got into the first round. So, good for you. You won a game at home. Good for you. Your season will end in Kansas City. With that being said, there you go. So, congratulations, Kansas City, on making the first round and playing St. Louis. Congratulations to Red Bulls on making the East first round and playing Cincinnati. Commiserations to San Jose and Charlotte FC. That is how the dice rolls. We have 16 teams left, down to 16, from 18 to 16. And then throughout the next couple of weeks, we will whittle down to 8, then we whittle down to 4, then we whittle down to 2, then we have a cup champion. With that being said, we will find out how this turns. Good way to start the playoffs. Great wild card day. Let's see how the first round goes. With that being said, if you like this video, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow for an MLS wildcard recap. MLS Cup Playoffs wildcard recap and first round predictions where I might just predict everything anyway. Again. Depends. We'll see. And a live watch along of Real Estelí versus Club Atlético Independiente in the first leg of the semifinal of the 2023 CONCACAF Central American Cup. And depending on how early I get that recap up, I will do RSR for that game as well. Well, 2 different audiences. Sort of. We'll see. We'll see. You'll at least have 1 RSR tomorrow and 1 live. Maybe 2 RSRs. Who knows? I don't know. But we got some stuff tomorrow. So let's have some fun. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.